All right, welcome to NFT Prime Time. I'm here with Patrick Adler, my business partner, one of my business partners in our amazing company, APN Tech. His debut here on Prime Time.
Well, thank you.
No preparation at all. He comes in here cold fucking turkey. That's all right, because today we're going to talk about pain. We're going to talk about how to not win in NFTs, how to fucking lose, because, you know, if you watch one of the earlier episodes, we showed you all our blue chip NFTs, the ones that we believe are going to be monsters, the Bored Apes, the Moonbirds, the Doodles, the Clone X's, but
the blue chips, right?
The blue chips, Wolf Game. Well, so we think are going to be blue chips.
We'll see.
Wolf Game, things that we really liked, but it took a long time to get there.
Oh yeah.
So I'm going to show you now all the fucking losers that are in one of my wallets and the wallet I have with Pat over here, and Pat has his own wallet. And let me show you a bunch of losers that are most likely going to never, ever recover. And I'll also tell you the story behind them, why we bought.
Oh, yeah.
Okay? So just mention over here, like the video, comment, please, subscribe to our channel, hit the bell notification, and this is like NFT for beginners. We're bringing you education as much as we can, as much as we know. We're not experts in here. We're learning, just as a lot of you guys are. In our business, APN Tech, we are going to be launching a blockchain product to our customers in the first quarter of next year. We're really excited about, but it's going to be a product that's not related to profile pic or sports memorabilia NFTs. Is going to be real use case scenarios for mainstream use and what DeFi is really for, which is the privacy and being able to monetize your own data. So we're really excited about that. So let me show you a little bit about what losing looks like over here. This way. Yeah, and I'll count the dollars in my head as we talk about these projects here, okay?
Well, also, let's, starting off, I mean, how many projects we started with? We were in the crypto game. We wanted to buy this coin, that coin. There's this new token coming out. And we were just buying up and gobbling up everything we thought was going to be a big project. And behind that was like, oh, there's this big NFT drop. Let's figure out what's the big NFT. And I think really where we started, though, with all the NFTs was the sports side of things. Because we're like, hey, sports cards and then these NFTs, these seems like these are going to be the winners because everybody loves sports. Everybody loves these NFTs. But when it came down to it, we're like, hey, let's just find the best company out there because everybody wanted to do it.
And that's why I first got into the NFTs. I was never big on crypto, but then when the NFTs came out and sports specifically, I know the value of sports. I know the value of collectibles, memorabilia. Ricky, who I'm going to have on the show soon too, same thing. He actually came from a sports memorabilia background. He used to sell and trade sports memorabilia. That's what he did for years. So like, hey, let's do this together. Not put money in together, but let's collaborate, use our heads and what we think is going to be good. So that's how I started into it. And specifically, there was a site that I really liked, that's still there. I still really like it, but just with the waves right now and the amount of money we put into it, site's called Eternity, and 95% of the NFT projects on Eternity are all sports. So and I actually still do believe that maybe some of these could eventually be good. But I'll show you. We'll get to some of these other ones, but I'll show you one that I actually really do. You're gonna see so many losers in here, bro. Oh my God. So with Eternity, here's some right here you could see, okay? You got a Shaq one, probably going to be worth nothing. Anderson Silva was probably one of the first ones I bought, one of the greatest MMA fighters of all time. And if you click on it, or you go to my wallet, which is Anthony Busciglio, you could go look at what I paid for it in ETH. And I don't know what ETH was at that time. I think it was like 2,500.
I mean, I think when they were doing all the drops, like at the time, I think ETH was like 2,500 to $3,000, somewhere around there. But every drop we were going at, I mean, we were paying $500, $250 a piece, roughly in dollar terms.
But ETH kept going up, and then all of a sudden, when $500 was a lot, and then all of a sudden you were paying $1,500, $2,000 for NFT, and then that became not that much because the hype and the manipulation was just going fucking insane, So Anderson Silva, here's one. Here are these two, which I mean, these are like, they're fucking dope NFTs too. This is Alexander Ovechkin. If you guys don't know who he is, he's gonna topple Wayne Gretzky for the most goals in NHL history probably by next year, I think sometime. Really nice NFTs, but again, is it going to be worth the $2,000 I paid for them? I don't know. I got 2 of them right here. Yes, that's $4,000 for 2 of them. Then we had the big Messi drop.
Oh,
right. So
Messi drop.
If you guys don't know who Messi is, he's arguably the greatest soccer player of all time. He's up there. You have Pele, you have Ronaldo, but he's right up there. Arguably the best, right? Arguably the best. What's the word? Skilled.
Oh yeah,
as far as just skill set. I mean,
skill, flair.
I mean, he's
all around player. You know what I mean?
Amazing.
So we can go down that road, but we won't.
Right. So he launched.
That'll be another hour conversation.
Yeah. So then I thought this is Messi. He's the goal. I'm gonna go ham. And these right here, there was, I believe, 2,000 of these that dropped. They were $500 a piece. Mm-hmm. Right. Of course, I bought 10 of them.
Of course. Well, the other thing is every time they did these drops, they always did 3 different drops.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
They did this little $25 drop and then like a $250 drop.
This was a little $20 one. It's called the Magician. I mean, they're dope. It's Lionel Messi. It's cool. You know what I mean? They're nice art, but is it going to ever recover? I just don't know. Now, it is sports, right? Maybe 5 years from now, these things are fucking worth a lot of money. I don't know. You know what I mean? But, yes, a lot of hype. Yes, did I fall for a lot of the hype at that time? Of course I did. I was so excited. I thought, in my mind, I'm going back and buying a rookie card that I couldn't buy 20 years ago. I'm going and buying the first ever Lionel Messi NFT. To me, that's like his rookie card, his digital rookie card. I'm buying a Shaq, rookie card. I'm buying Ovechkin rookie card, the first of its kind in digital form. You know what I mean? So, I gobbled up a bunch of these, right? And then I don't know why I bought these. I bought Dak Prescott's, the gold one, and these. Bleh. I bought this Dak Prescott one. It's actually cool. It changes colors or changes based on his performance. So if he has a bad week and his quarterback rating is like below 90, it changes and turns to like ice cold.
Yeah.
If he has a great week, it's dope. If he has a great week, it turns into fire. But but in reality, is Dak Prescott going to be worth that much money?
Well, the biggest thing that why we thought all these were great is like all these players were behind it and they put the incentive on it. They put their stamp of approval. We're like, hey, this has to be the winner because the players are going to the one company that's saying, hey, we're going to make it. We're going to mint it. We're going to hold it. It's going to be valuable. We bought them for $500. What, a week later, they were worth like 4 or 5 times. We're like, oh, for the long hold, these things are going to be worth 10,
I flipped a
15
Messi
grand.
right away. Right, I bought it for $500. I flipped it for like $1,500 2 days later.
Yep.
And I was like, should I sell more? And I was like, nah. You know what? They're gonna be worth 10 times that.
10 times.
Now they're selling for like $100. You know what I mean? Will they recover? I don't fucking know. Do I wish I would have sold them all for $1,500 2 days later? Yeah, I do. I fucking do. Of course I do.
Yeah, but that's how like most of it was when we were purchasing all these old NFTs, right?
Yeah.
At the time, we went in and there were some times we couldn't even make it into a drop. Some of the ones we're going to look at
sold out.
Went out, sold out, but we went in the secondary market, went in real quick. We're like, hey, we're going to buy this for $1,000. It's going to go like, hey, it only dropped for $250.
Yeah.
We bought it for $1,000. 24 hours later, the thing was worth $3,000. We're like, should we buy another one? Is it going up? Is it going to keep going? No, we'll just hold on to it. Sure enough, a month later, that thing's right back down to like 5 cents.
It's amazing. Here's LaMelo Ball, the number one overall pick in the draft. You guys know about the Boer brothers. Very skilled, talented guy. I bought a bunch of these. Is it going to be worth something? I don't fucking know. Trey Mancini. I don't even know why the fuck I bought this one. Bryce Young, the Heisman Trophy winner, Alabama quarterback, his only NFT. This is his college rookie digital card. Is it going to be worth something? I don't fucking know. At the time when I bought it, dude, this guy's a top recruit. He's going to play in the NFL. I have his college rookie card. I don't know. Dodgers World Series pendant. This was like $10. I just bought that after the Dodgers won. You're going to see a bunch of these stadiums. So this company, Candy, they were the first official Major League Baseball partner, and they did this stadium release where they did one stadium. It was $100 for each stadium. So they released 4 stadiums a week. And the idea was to collect all the stadiums and have one big collection and be able to sell the entire stadium collection eventually. So, of course, I bought every fucking one, 30 stadiums, $100 a piece. I have them all. I have 2s of some of them. Will those things be worth something? I don't know. Now, with the sports ones, I could confidently say that I don't know. Like they could be worth something soon. I don't in the future. I don't know. Right? So with the sports ones, I'm not gonna say we're beat. I bought these Le Mans stupid fucking things. You know what I mean? Here's these fucking cars, these reactor cars that are supposed to race in the metaverse. That's gonna be worth fucking nothing. I bought this weed plant. Remember
the NFT tokers?
Remember the tokers? The NFT
yeah.
tokers, this cannabis club of these guys, and you're able to breed plants and make weed, and they get together for events. The cannabis toker club.
Oh yeah, and then they were saying it was all backed by different cannabis clubs and stuff like that. You'll be part of events, and they were like, "Oh, this is the next big thing," and you're going to see this whole metaverse just all around NFT.
Heard nothing about it.
Nope, nothing.
What's one question or what's one thing that you would kind of tell yourself last year when you first got into this not to do?
Unfortunately, most of it's just built on hype.
Yeah.
All of it. The Twitter, the Discord, getting you excited and manipulation. And, the whole crypto market's always been, really driven by manipulation and hype, so I don't know,
look at the
man.
first one. Look at the first one that we did, right? The first one we did was the Dapper Dinos. Right? That was all Gary V's sponsored first program that he said, hey, this is the next one, because his V Friends was doing so well. And he's like, hey, Dapper Dinos, this is the next big thing. I'm behind it.
Oh, they
I'm
did
going
this
in.
thing where Gary V was like going to vet out projects.
Yep.
Make sure they were good projects with good founders that had good intentions. And then he would help them push it and say, hey, I'm backing this project. So we fell for that. We bought these dinos, all hype, and they were like, they're these fucking dinosaurs, and they were like, I don't half an ETH, 0.4 at that time, which was a lot of money at the time, 1,500, 1,200, whatever.
1,500.
We bought like 4 of those. Then he promoted another one called Grills Gangs. It was these fucking teeth. I think we still have
the little chatter teeth that you'd put on your desk and you'd wind them up.
Yeah,
That's what it was, but with like gold teeth and eyeballs on it.
Called Grills Gangs. So we bought those. Those are fucking losers. I think we actually have those. I'll get to that while right? So, like I said, the sports ones, I'm just not. Some of these are like free airdrops, I'm just not really sure what's going to happen with the sports. I just thought that the sports was going to go off, just knowing how sports collectibles in general do. But it just seems like the traditional sports memorabilia collectors,
They want the card.
they want the physical, and they're nowhere close to adopting this as real collectibles or memorabilia.
No.
You know what I mean?
There was the one sports one that you did, right? With the Bulls rings, and then afterwards they gave you a poster because you collected all of them.
Yeah, I
and
have
that was
that.
a signed poster.
I have these awesome Chicago Bulls championship rings, one ring for each season. They made only 91 rings for 1991, 92 for 92, and so on. So 91 through 98. I got one ring from each one, and I thought they were going to be worth it. And at that time, the Golden State Warriors launched their own rings, and those were selling for a lot, 10 grand in Ethereum, right? So I thought I scored with the Bulls. Problem is, they didn't put it on Ethereum. They put it on Flow.
Yeah, Flow.
Right, which is not a mainstream blockchain yet, so no one knew about it. And then the Bulls, the people who made the NFT product that worked for the Bulls, just did a horrible job with the promoting of it. And sure, you could make dude, you're thinking Michael Jordan years, Chicago Bulls championship rings, limited edition, only 91, 92. Sure, could that kill it one day? Maybe. Jordan's legacy, maybe. But if no one could fucking find it, and no one's promoting it, and no one knows it even exists, then what the fuck is the difference?
Exactly. I mean, it has to be on a network that's visible to everybody.
It's got to be on OpenSea and be on these main platforms.
Yeah, I mean, until like OpenSea or any of these platforms, they're all talking about it. We're just going to merge all the different, blockchain networks all together. So then it's interchangeable. It's all going to be the same. You could see the NFT on Solana network. You could see it on the Ethereum, until it gets there and you can see it on any network, any metaverse that's going to be the new popular or where everybody's at, yeah, then it makes sense. But right now, it's like these no-name, blockchains that nobody's going to go on, nobody exchanges on, there's no traffic on. So what's the point of making an NFT on a network that nobody can find it?
Exactly. I got Zeke. Last time Zeke played, he was ice cold. You could see that. These are one of those IRC NFTs that changes as well. I got him. Dan Marino. Right, Dan Marino, Hall of Fame quarterback, one of the best quarterbacks, NFT drop. In my mind, I'm like, it's like buying a Dan Marino rookie card, his first one. You know what I mean? I don't know. I bought these Bud Light Next drops. They're fucking horrible. They're worth like nothing now. I actually made my money back on a lot of these because I flipped them right away. I bought a whole bunch and flipped them, so I actually made money on those. Don't ask me why I bought Shakira.
Shakira.
Oh, but you got the posters of all those, too.
And then we gave them away.
Yeah, we gave them away.
They actually came with signed Shakira posters in the mail, and I actually gave them to some of the employees over there because what am I going to do, hang Shakira fucking posters in my house? They came in the mail. My wife's like, why did you get these Shakira posters in the mail? I didn't know you were such a big fan of Shakira. I'm like, I brought them to the office. I want these out of here. So I brought them here. So they're posters of these exact images signed by Shakira. Will they be worth something one day? Probably not. These were $250 each. So at that time, I didn't think that was a lot of money considering where some of these things sold for, but they're probably worth nothing right now. I had to support Blake Corum, my Michigan man, his first NFT drop right here. Don't ask me why I bought these Lenny Dykstra NFTs. They were really cheap. They were like $20 each. They're like Lenny Dykstra getting arrested in jail. Look at this. Lenny Dykstra with the Mets. Lenny Dykstra with the Phillies. What else? This is some other bullshit. I have these Trevor Lawrence ones, right? Trevor Lawrence Adidas when he was #1 overall pick. Could they be worth something? I don't know. I don't fucking know. Chris Farley. So, oh man, these are so painful, right?
Because, yeah, these are the worst.
So, all of a sudden, they did a stealth drop. Like, no one knew about it. They just popped up on OpenSea. Chris Farley, there was 5 of them, right? And I was like, yo, where'd these come from, right? And they were like cheap. They were like $50, $100. Not cheap, but yeah, pretty cheap. So I just started buying them up, right? And then I saw like other people buying them, flipping them, and like they went from like $50 to $1,000 in like an hour. People were flipping them. So I was like, oh my God, I got a score in my hands. You know what I mean? I was about to sell one of them, start listing them, and I probably could have made 10 grand in like 10 minutes. You know what I mean? Yeah. I'm about to sell. I'm like, let me wait till it goes up a little bit more. Literally 5 minutes later, right back down to like nothing, almost like it was fabricated. You know what I mean? I literally could have just sold. Right, I could have made like 5 to 10 grand in like in less than a half hour, and I was like, no, let me wait, and then they just fucking toppled like so fast. Pain. These right here, these Mike Tyson laser eyes. So me and Ricky bought the original laser eyes, right? They had these laser eyes, Mike Tyson laser eyes, and they were worth like, and they dropped, and we saw them, we didn't buy them, and they went through the fucking roof, dude, 80th, 90th, 10th, and we were so mad that we didn't buy them. So like a month later, Ricky calls me, he's like, yo, Laser Eyes Part 2 just dropped right now. I went on and I bought them as fast as I could. The green one, I bought two of the pink ones, and figuring they were gonna go to 82.
Yeah.
They didn't move.
Nope.
I bought them for 0.3 ETH each, and now they're worth less than that.
Yeah.
They didn't move. I'm like, why did it not follow suit like the other ones?
Well, that was the thing I think that we missed out on doing any of these NFTs back in those days, is we bought into the hype and we sat there and we thought it was a long-term hold that we would keep forever. And realistically, it should have been this number, or we had a number and said, hey, we're buying here. This is a profit I want. Sell it and call it a day.
I think here's where my mentality went wrong with the whole thing, is that we do very well in our business. We make money, right? And I didn't get into this to be a trader or a flipper.
Nope.
You know, I looked at this as an opportunity for long-term investment to make a lot of money, brand new in the beginning of this wave, be the first ones to market with these sports. Like, I didn't jump in this to do that, to try to make like day trading money. But those are the guys who made money.
Exactly.
They played it like a stock market, and they sold and flipped real quick. You know what I mean? So, and I wasn't buying it for that reason. So I was a holder, not a seller. You know, so for that's why I got hurt. You know what I mean? So, You know, Kayvon Thibodeau. Then we have like these gauntlets. Like I bought 10 of these gauntlets. This is Boss Logic's NFT drop, and you know he has big plans for it. But you know what's gonna happen? He has a metaverse and a fighting game coming out. But you know, again, I love Boss Logic. I love his art, so I bought those. You know what I mean? Pele. You know, one of the greatest fucking soccer players of all time. Is it gonna be worth money? I don't fucking even know, dude. At that time, I was like, oh man, I bought it for 0.18. Right, which wasn't a lot of money back then. It was like $300. I was looking to get one of the greatest soccer players of all time. Yeah, but is that going to come to fruition? I don't know. Playboy, I don't know what these are worth now. Let's see. Playboy's first official drop. Let's see what they're actually worth right now. Right, I got an offer of $170, and they're selling for point. I actually didn't get hurt here. I paid about the same amount of money for it. They're selling for 0.14 right now. So maybe they're holding some value, some brand value. These chodes we got destroyed on. Here's Francis Ngannou, heavyweight champ. UFC, I don't know. Here's some deeds from Wolf Game. These are good. First one that's good in the whole fucking thing.
Right?
You
the
know?
whole page all the way through.
You know, Slam Magazine, Zion Williamson's first NFT drop. Is that going to be worth something? I don't know. You know? But here's another one of those fucking Chris Farley's. Here's some farmers from Wolf Game. Wolf Game I'm a huge believer in. So is Pat. This is a project where I believe that we're going to make a lot of money with. But
you know, the only,
but how many winners did I say out of all those fucking losers?
None. And there's still like the gamble of all the sports cards. Are
And
those
they're
going to go anywhere? Are they going to? Is somebody, you know, something like that, like Eternity? Like, look, Adidas has their own sports card for selected players, but like, who's going to be the brand for sports? Is there going to be one?
Here are the grills.
Oh, you found the grills.
All right. Yeah, you want to see a lot of losers here?
Oh, geez.
These grill gangs, fucking losers. These zombie toads, fucking losers.
Oh, what about there we go. That's the one I was looking for. The Crypto Zoo and how
man.
we dove into
This was Logan Paul's official first NFT drop. You know, the Paul brothers, Jake Paul, Logan Paul. We talk about Logan Paul all the time on the Mad Lab show. You know, this
we were on the phone at what was it, like 1 o'clock
1
in the morning
trying to buy
sitting there
these
trying
eggs.
to buy these. We're like, it keeps going up, and they sold out on their drop. We're sitting there like, no, just buy it. It's okay. It's $1,500. Just buy
Talk
one.
about falling for the hype.
Oh man,
You know,
these things are worth nothing now.
They're worth nothing right now. You know.
Maybe $50 we could probably get for one of
Oh
those.
God, more LaMelo balls. Trevor Lawrence. I don't even know what the fuck this thing is. This another loser toad. I don't even know why we bought this or why I bought it. You know, more.
Oh, there's the
toads.
Dapper Dinos.
Here's one of the dinos. There were another terrible Gary V fucking pump. You know, the reason why you see a lot of toads was one of the OG projects is called Cryptodes. And a lot of spin-offs and derivatives came from Cryptodes. And every time there was a spin-off, it went up in value a lot. So we started buying all the spin-offs. Well, all of a sudden, just they all crashed at once. And all these spin-offs we bought are worth fucking nothing. So talk about losers. Right? More losers, more grills.
Oh, come on. It's
These
the
stupid lions.
Darth Vader grill gang right there.
Ugh.
It's totally worth money.
Dan Marino, Ovechkin again. Manny Pacquiao, Hall of Fame boxer. You know, is he worth something? I don't know. This is your call, Pat, right here. These stupid fucking Metasaurs.
Yeah,
that was your
Metasaurus.
fault.
That was what Dr. DMT, right? And
Not
he was-
blaming you for that.
Yeah, and that was the one that
He was a
Dr.
Bored Ape-
DMT
he was a Bored
Ape
Ape
member.
owner.
Or he's one of the designers that was there. So he did his own drop, and they're like, hey, Dr. DMT is doing his own drop. This is going to be the next hype. It's all back, you know. And we went in, and now, what, nothing?
Oh, I don't know how much pain is in these two wallets that I don't know how much money was put into these two wallets right here.
I couldn't even
know?
fathom.
So now, all those bad purchases all led to the purchases that you see in this wallet. This wallet has our good ones, and the reason why it's in a separate wallet is because I have a nano ledger that you have to plug into here to be able to do any transaction. So we put all our most expensive NFTs, most valuable ones, our blue chips, into this wallet, and we believe that even though with all those fucking losers you just saw,
Yep.
right, that we're gonna make our money 5 times back over. With the NFTs we have in here, with our apes, with our coda from the other side, with our moonbirds, our doodle, clone X, world of women. Here's one of the cryptos. So this is our wolf game farmers. That's Khabib, one of the greatest MMA fighters of all time. This is a cool Boss Logic Nagano one. Could be worth something, I don't know, but you know this wallet. This is a funny project because it's called Not Banksy, and no one knows if it's Banksy or not. And Banksy's a famous graffiti artist. He's known to do things where stealth things where you don't know if it's him or not. So that's just a little hype project we bought into. But so for the most part, this wallet is full of all our blue chippers, and we're hoping that we make all our money back and then some just with the blue chips here. But you could see the amount of money and effort that we spent, buying into the hype. And I just think if there's a lesson learned that, for me, it's the hype, number one. It's so hard. The fucking FOMO, right?
Totally is.
The fear of missing out. You see guys making money in videos and who's flipping, and you're watching it happen real time. You go to OpenSea, right? That's the trick. Something drops. You go to OpenSea and you look at history and you see sales going and just higher and higher and higher, and something going from like 0.15 ETH to like 1.5 ETH in like 2 hours.
Well, no, just if you look right now, go on OpenSea and go to the rankings. Right? And then what people would do, they would go up here, and this is what we did at the beginning. Oh, no, it's not collection stats. It's the other one. It's activity.
Oh, you see the activity.
This is what it was. We'd go at the activity, and we look at sales, and then you would look at the top sales. And then sometimes they would see a trend. You just see this trend of all the same NFTs just selling back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And you knew a drop would go down, and that price would just keep going up and up and up. And, I mean, that's where we got a lot of the hype, too. We're like, oh, my God, they just sold 5 of them for $1,000. Oh, it's going up. The floor is at this. And every time we just look at it, we're like, you got to get in. You got to get in now. And, I mean, looking at it now and looking at, there's still projects dropping every day. There's still new ones that are coming out. I think the biggest thing that it comes down to is, yeah, you need to do your own research, but really, what's the utility to this thing?
Yeah.
Right? Like, we love Wolfgang. Why do we like Wolfgang? Because the creator wants to make a game that actually gives them the opportunity for not only the people that come in big to make money, but also the low guys to make money. And then make sure he has a tokenomics behind it to make sure you limit the amount that's going out, so you can't just saturate it and have some billionaire come in, say, hey, I'm going to buy up all the wool and just flip it in 2 seconds. He limits it to make sure that there's not this saturation or this, big dogs coming in and changing it.
Try to avoid the manipulation of it.
Yeah.
Like doing the wall pouches, if you guys don't know Wolf Game. But, I think the lesson learned was that, I'm not a flipper, and I didn't get in this to make a little bit of money every day. I got in it for the sports, but then I got sucked into the FOMO of it and watching people flipping, and that's what I tried to do when that's just not in my DNA. That's not what I do. That's not what I've been successful in. I know what I built my career in and businesses in, and this was way too new for me to be diving in so hard, which I did, learn my lesson. I still think we're going to win big at the end of the day, and you can see we have our apes right here into our brand, and, we're going to be launching an NFT project. But, all this, getting into this, is what ended up, starting to learn more about blockchain, then talking to it, and then Kevin got involved, and then my friend Alex, and then like, hey, maybe we can make our own product with the blockchain, with NFT. So no matter what, all this money invested and lessons learned has led us now to create our own NFT blockchain product, which we're going to be launching first quarter of next year, which is a huge, massive fucking play that we're going to execute, and we're going to completely murder it. So without going through this pain,
we would have never known.
We would have never known, because we would have never even looked into this as a possible product or solution for what's going on in the market right now with business owners and their data and how it's being monetized and not privatized. So, everything happens for a reason.
Yep.
This all led to this right now. So, you know what? We take our losses. Our wins are a lot more than our losses. And you know what? I hate talking about it. All that money we put in, just looking at it, I'm like, I just think of dollar signs. But it led us to where we are now. And it really helped us educate about blockchain and really mainstream use of it, mainstream adoption of it, and what it's going to look like for all of us in the next 5 to 10 years when blockchain's being used for everything.
Oh, yeah.
Deeds to cars, titles to houses. whatever. There's going to be so much, you know, and you're seeing it now. You're seeing, you go to sports games and you get an NFT of the ticket that you went to a Super Bowl. I mean, you're going to just see more
Invites
and more.
to private parties. You know, the big thing.
Access, you know.
You know, a lot of them were access things.
Yeah, the
you
Board
know,
Game
hey, you're
Club.
going to be part of this club, then you'll be able to get to invited to this kind of private party. You know, the nice thing is yeah, we did lose on quite a bit, but we're still going to be winning in the long run because we got the education behind it, and we got to know different types of blockchains because there would be a drop on the Ethereum network, then the Solana network, and we're like, oh, what's with these different blockchains? Why are they different? And we just learn more and more information. But then the other thing is like we see now these new projects, it's developing different, right? Before you see nothing but these pictures and GIFs, different, you know, different projects and stuff like that. They're like, oh, you're just going to be part of a club and you're going to have this picture. No, now they're getting, you know, like the one I showed you the other day. They made an NFT project that they're dropping right now, and all it is that you're going to be part of a private airline, so you can get on this private airline.
Yeah, you showed me that. That was pretty cool.
And you get, you know, 10% off their flights, but they're only dropping, you know, 10,000 membership tickets, but then they have different tiers. So they're evolving it now, where before it was just, hey, how can I produce as many pictures as possible that actually kind of look cool and just get people on the hype and then get out. Yeah. That's what all these projects were.
Like
now
that Gary Vee one with the restaurant, Flyfish, he's doing, where you buy an NFT and it gives you a seat whenever you want at that restaurant, and you can't go into the restaurant without showing your NFT that you own that seat, and you could gift that NFT and invite somebody.
Yep.
I'll let you use my NFT for the day. Go to my restaurant, I have a private seat. So all these real use cases and access, right, to private things, access to a private, whatever it may be. Access to concerts, events, whatever. Access to events in the metaverse when that gets big. So, yeah, that's what's going to happen. So, yeah, these are a lot of the losers. But
you win some, you lose some, right?
You win some, you lose some, and here's where we are now. So, that's the journey. That's what took us here. But if we didn't go through this, we would have never bought the blue chips. More importantly, we would have never even started the discussions about trying to make a product for mainstream that we could sell over the phones to our customers that bridges the gap between Web 2.0 and Web 3.0. That's what we're fucking doing. So
Exactly.
if we didn't do this, that would have never happened. All right, so I'll take my fucking losses, okay?
You know what? There's one other project I just saw that I was reading into last week. You know what they're trying to do now? You know how there's a lot of cities. You know how there's a lot of cities that don't have Airbnb allowed.
Yep.
Right? So what they're doing now is they're taking the property and building out, like, let's just call it 100 or 52 contracts on it that are NFTs, and it's for each week of the year.
Each week of the year.
And then the people can buy in
Like a fractional ownership of the house.
And they just buy the NFT for that week off.
See?
So instead of doing Airbnb because they can't get it legally done in that city, well, they can do it because it's on an NFT and it's a fractional ownership for that year, and then they can allow them to go in and stay in that house for a year.
See that?
Or for a week.
Real use cases, right?
Yep.
You're going to see more and more of that now. So
Yeah, it's good. It's just how it's evolving, and we're just going to see more and more, especially when we drop it. You know, when our project comes about, it's going to be something so different that it's going to ruffle the market.
Oh, yeah. Disrupt the market is the word.
All right.
All right. Thanks for showing up to NFT Prime Time. Subscribe to the channel, like, comment. We'll see you next week.